Hey guys, and welcome to another short devlog video for the Animal Behavior Kit. I'm super excited to show you guys this. This is a brand new feature I just added. I was having a conversation with one of the community members this morning on Discord, and he was asking some questions about the animation system and how to add its own code and logic and things like that. And I just came up with the idea after talking to him of adding a new mode for animations where you could, through code, decide which animation you can play, right? So if you look here on the right hand corner, I have my little bear here. For the attack animations, for example, I have three different animations, right? Right, left, and then a double swipe with both hands. And you've seen this before. And under play mode, I'm gonna open here. You know that we have the single, the random, and the sequential, and we all know what they do, right? But no matter what you choose, you don't really have exact control of which animation plays, right? Random, you just picks a random animation, and that's fine. Sequential goes in order, 1, 2, 3, great for combos. But what if you wanted to decide with your own logic which animations played when? And that's exactly what the specific category here means. So this is brand new. And you can see when I hover over, it says add your own logic to decide which animation that plays. So if I click on specific, basically what happens is that there's a function that returns an index for which animation the character needs to play, right? And you decide which index is returned based on your own logic. And what you do is the same thing that you've seen before, probably in several videos now. You would override that function. So if I open here my bear tutorial from the previous video, if you see the last one I did, I showed how now, because of the current animation struct, with code like this, you can actually change the damage amount depending on which animation is playing, right? So in this case, from the last video, just a quick recall, I'm basically saying if the animation that's playing is of type attack, grab the montage index, which corresponds to the array, and say if the first animation plays, the damage amount is 2, if the second is 4, and the third is 6. But now what I'm going to do is, as you can see here, there's a new function that you can override. It's called function anim attack underscore choose index. And if I click on the override button here and I scroll down, I've added a function like that for every single type of animation, as you can see here. Idle, choose index, engage, death. And what you would do is you would then click on override. And when I open this function, you would see that it's just a generic function and it returns an index. And this index is going to determine which animation plays. So as a proof of concept, here's what I've done to show you guys the applicability here. What I'm doing is when this function fires, I'm grabbing the bear's current HP, I'm dividing it by the bear's total HP, in other words, getting the percent of HP. Then I'm comparing it and saying if the percent of HP is bigger or equal to 0.5 or 50%, I want you to do something. And if it's less than 50%, I want you to do something else. So if the health of the bear is 50% or more, get a random boolean and then set the index that's returned either as 0 or 1 and then return that index. So if the bear's health is over 50%, the bear will play either the animation on index 0 or 1. Is going to be randomly selected by a random bool. But if the bear's health is less than 50%, I'm returning index 2, which is the third animation. And when you couple this logic with this, what we're essentially saying with this brief, with just this little code here is if the bear is hurt and it's less than 50% HP, he's going to add a new animation that the player hasn't seen, which is the double in index 2, and the damage amount is even more. Again, very common logic for games, right? The animal's about to die, maybe he comes with a special attack that does even more damage, right? So let's see what happens now. and I'm going to make myself invulnerable. And you can see, look at the top left corner. Look at the animation that the bear does. It's doing either animation 0, you can see on the top left corner, or animation 1. So it says index 0. And in this case, index 0 keeps doing it because it's randomly because between 0 and 1. Notice that he's doing this. He's not playing the animation in index 3, which is the double-handed. See that now that he's switched to index 1. And I'm going to start damaging him. And look at the health. And he's still only doing 1 or 2. And I'm going to take out the invincibility here. And as soon as I change his health to less than 50%, notice that now his animation changes to only use the third animation, which is an index 2, which is the double-sided here. And obviously this animation, if I get myself out of invulnerability, does the most damage. And you can see here as it's doing a lot of damage to me with that animation. All right, super simple. It just took me a couple of hours to implement for all of the different damage types, as you can see here, but very, very, very flexible. I'm really happy actually that I had this convo this morning. So you know who you are, so thank you so much for the idea. But now with the current animation struct that I show, which basically tells you at any point what animation is playing, and now the ability to return which animation the animal can play, you have a lot of flexibility when it comes to how the animation plays out. So yeah, very simple to use. And again, this is my own logic, right? When you override a function, this literally came empty. In this case, I wanted to look at the health, but you can look at literally anything, and you can decide how you want to return your animations here. And that way you have direct control. So now you have 4 very good modes. You can either just do a single animation, pick a random from the entire array, sequential if you want some kind of combo, or if you want to have more direct control, now you have the new mode, which is again coming in 1.2 specific, and all you have to do is overwrite that neat little function and pass the correct index to the event. So that's all I wanted to show you guys today. Again, those 2 things may seem simple, but this is a pretty big change for the animation, giving you guys a lot more flexibility and control. So yeah, like I said earlier, 1.2 is becoming a pretty big update with a lot of new features. So I can't wait to finish everything and send it to you guys and get your feedback. Until then, I will talk to you guys in the next video. Thanks a lot.